What's up, YouTube? Daniel here for another video. As you can see, I have some bags beside me, and that is because I am finally going to Europe. So crazy, crazy, crazy. Something I've wanted basically since I was been 7 or 8 years old. I first saw FC Barcelona. It's my soccer team in Spain, and in less than 24 hours, I'm going to be in the city and then seeing the stadium on a Sunday. Right now, I'm shooting this a Thursday. I'm 3 hours early to my, well, it's 4 hours early. Right now it's 3 hours left to my flight leaves in Toronto, and just want to sit here, reflect, document what I'm feeling right now. And it's just crazy gratitude. For the first time in a long time, there's nothing coming to mind in terms of desires or wanting more or needing more. It's just me waiting. I had some sardines recently, um, and that was to hit my protein, sorry, but just enjoying, you could say, the gifts that are being given to me. I made a video about this before, and like I just believe that I'm being compensated for the change I've made in myself. Before I was chasing money not too long ago, doing anything to get fast money and make or think that that would allow me to feel good and be the person I always want to be. But I realized it's all backwards. And like I said, for the first time in a long time, I feel a lot of internal peace, like crazy, crazy. Also, as well, just wanting everyone around me to feel like joy and happiness. I think in the past I never had that. I think I had an inner turmoil, and this wouldn't allow me to have genuine love for people. Let's say relationships, exes. If we split up, I would always have this thing, maybe, or like, of you know, not I hope them do better than me, but basically just in a competition with them, and I think it's super unhealthy. Um, you know, because yeah, it's one, you have no control over you know what that is, or how that looks like, and also you putting that energy out just comes back to you tenfold. It's like negative energy of like you wanting someone to do poorly or not wanting to do better than you, and that's just fear. That's like lack of faith. I mean, it's so many different things that's wrong with that. And let me make sure this mic is on. Sorry, yeah, we're good. Okay, but essentially, yeah, there's not much to say. I mean, it's like it's just a lot of gratitude and inner peace that I'm feeling, and I realized that's actually the goal. Before I thought I was chasing um, the next thing, the next experience. Like me, 3 years ago, if I was going to Barcelona, I'd be like, oh, like, well, let me try to set up some dates and like go to some clubs and like which DJ am I gonna see, and like where are the events, like where's the flashy lifestyle, you know what I mean? Like that. It's funny how fast things can change when you actually apply yourself to learning more about yourself, like, spiritually, and actually letting your spirit um, come to the forefront. And it's crazy how 90% of the world doesn't understand how this works. Like I had a dinner with family yesterday, and we had a huge discussion about this. And it's like you're not able to connect with a lot of people once you go down this path, and that's okay. I mean, you're connecting with something that isn't of this world. It's your spirit. It's something that only you and God know what has planned. Well, you don't actually know. God has planned. He has it planned already, and you have to just simply follow your spirit. And when you're connected, you're able to not think. You're not overthinking. You're just following the thoughts that come to you and following His direction, and that's you operating from spirit as opposed to flesh. Flesh is, oh, like what I have to do. You operate out of fear, like, oh, I have to do this now. Most people get up and they're like, oh, I have to go to the gym to make sure I'm like, I don't get fat. Then I have to do this. So, to not make sure I don't have any money. So it's like they're doing anything out of fear as opposed to love, which is spirit, out of like giving without expectation. And everything, like, it's a common thing, cliche thing, but everything is spiritual. Like everything, once you are connected and you're able to see that, everything from the flesh is backwards, and God wants you to essentially trust in Him, and the more you look for Him, the more you're actually able to just see where the way you should be living. And the hardest thing to do is knowing how to live. It's not acquiring things. I've had experiences where I've acquired everything that people at my age, at that point, in terms of relationships, not they were jealous of, but they would have liked to be in my position for sure. But it was all the devil. And even then, I didn't know how to live day to day with myself and, actually be at peace after an experience like that. Like, it's crazy how back then I can go from one experience of super high, like something I'm working so long for, and thinking, imagining in my head and thinking like, oh, if I have this, like I'm set, I have, validation from my peers and people around me, and then the girls, and like all these feelings of euphoria, and then it happens, and then the day after you're like, what's next? It's like, you can't, that's not how it's supposed to work. That's basically still operating out of lack and not appreciating whatever experience is given to you. Like, all these experiences are given, they're attracted based on the person you are, and not being able to sit down and appreciate that, and you say smell the roses, is something that I undervalued like crazy. And I was obviously, I mentioned this before, but I was so stuck in flesh and ego and thinking, what's next, like what I have to chase, like what's more, what can I get more of, what's the next high, that I didn't realize that I was just so lost in the mundane world. And if one thing from a mentor that he mentioned is crazy, and I talked to my coach about this, and he says people that are non-spiritual try to change the world around them because they think they're perfect, but people that walk in spirit know that the world is perfect and know that they themselves have to change. That's, if you don't really get that, I mean, it's a massive quote, but essentially, everything around you is perfect. Every situation that's happening, and it's the internal person that has to change for everything else around them to change. It's not you trying to interact as much as possible with the physical world and thinking, oh, if I do this, if I act like crazy and action like crazy, and you're not changing the internal, nothing will change. It's almost like, trying to just doing something. It's insanity. It's you doing something over and over, expecting different results, and everything just stays the same. And everything is it's a mental game, and just realizing that everything is internal, and just the more you're able to feel gratitude internally, the more things start to change and things start to attract and come together, as opposed to you being all tense and like anxious and like, okay, what's next? Like, I have to do this, and like you're like putting this like pressure and rushing on yourself, and you're not having faith, you don't have trust in things working out, and that's living in fear, honestly. And I had that moment today when I was working. I was able to work before I left for this trip, but I was like rushing, like I hadn't packed yet, and I was like, oh, I have to work super fast. And like as soon as I was in that energy, things started to I started attracting situations that basically made me not able to start working. Like, there was certain glitches that were happening in the system, and like I had to just put more time into getting around that, and it just like aggravates you more, as opposed to when I relaxed, everything just like worked out. And it's crazy how simple things like that change the whole perception. But yeah, I just want to quickly throw a reflection. I mean, it's hard to explain what I'm feeling right now. It's just a simple just bliss and gratitude and peace. I'm not super connected, you can say it as always, but it's just like a peace and gratitude and just thankful. And a lot of things coming up on this trip. I'm going to document as much as possible. Meeting a friend there, meeting two friends. I'm going to do 20 days. So I'm doing Spain, I think Prague, I believe, and then maybe Italy. My friend is trying to sort out the other half of the trip. But yeah, man, this is crazy. I mean, everyone that I tell about it, they're like, what's your first time going? You're going to have a good time. And I know. I'm excited for the food more than anything, just the culture as well. I've only been to South America and the States, so this is like a huge, culture shock of how people live completely differently. And yeah, it's gonna be massive, man. It's Spain, man. It's like I don't know. So, I mean, yeah, I feel like a kid right now. Crazy. And I want to share it with you guys. And next video will be from Spain, baby. So I'll let you guys go. All the best of luck. Simple video. If you guys liked it, like and subscribe. You can get some value from it. And yeah, in the meantime, as always, keep killing it.